Pakistan's envoys in the US and UN have assured the international community that Islamabad would follow their lead, particularly that the extended troika in offering diplomatic recognition to a Taliban government in Afghanistan. Pakistan joins 52 countries on COVID research and development. Argentina is planning to buy 12 JF-17A Block 3 fighter jets from Pakistan, according to the reports in international media. Pakistan is maintaining a regular engagement with Afghan Taliban for safeguarding the country's security interests, ISPR. A recent report of Freedom House in the US-based watchdog has assessed democratic trends around the world, has placed Pakistan among top 10 countries where digital freedoms are being curtailed. Pakistan and Tajikistan signed several agreements and memorandums of agreement for cooperation in diverse areas, including trade, investment, banking, tourism, and information and broadcasting. Increase in rural access from the current 61% to 71% will require $76 billion by 2030. FBR to be asked to probe 700 Pakistanis named in Pandora paper, Shaukat Tareen. Across all provinces, 7 in 10 Pakistanis believe that Imran Khan's government will be able to complete its 5-year term, said Gallup Pakistan. According to the leaked Pandora papers, Pakistanis are fifth largest investors in properties in London's most expensive neighborhoods. More than 700 Pakistanis have been named in the offshore affairs. Pakistan, Nigeria, and Indonesia will be among the biggest recipients of COVID-19 vaccines before June. Pakistan and Iraq agreed on setting up a mechanism for political consultation between the two countries and early convening of a body that steers bilateral cooperation. As the number of registered voters climbed up to 119 million, as many as 81 of the total 133 districts across Pakistan have a gender gap of over 10%. The Federal Ombudsman Secretariat has revealed that currently there are 88,687 prisoners in 116 jails of Pakistan against a sanctions capacity of 65,000 inmates. 88,000 against 65 capacity. Reports on social affairs. According to Global Climate Risk Index, Pakistan is fifth among most vulnerable countries to climate change. The Global Gender Gap Index 2021 has ranked Pakistan as 153rd in terms of gender parity out of 156 countries, fourth from bottom. According to the Global Climate Risk Index 2020, Pakistan is the fifth most vulnerable country. South Asia Climate Change Action Plan 2021-25 states that the quality of life in Pakistan is set to decline by 4% to 5% by 2030. The report estimates that since 2010, droughts, floods, cyclones, and earthquakes have cost the country more than $14 billion, ending up revising development gains for the past 15 years. Moreover, the report also advises Pakistan to reform its energy sector, where carbon emissions are predicted to increase by at least 318% between 2015 and 2030. A report by UNICEF titled Children's Climate Risk Index, the first comprehensive analysis of the climate risk from a child's perspective, released in August 2021, states 1 billion children, or half of the world's 2.2 billion child population, who live in one of the 33 countries classified as extremely high risk, in which include Pakistan, will bear the brunt of climate change since they face multiple and often overlapping shocks. Pakistan faces 30 to 40% of water shortage currently. Gallup Big Data analysis of Pakistan's 2017 census indicates that one in three male Pakistanis are illiterate. The report states that the percentage of children in class 3 who could read an Urdu story dropped to 15% in 2021 from 19% in 2019. According to WHO, the resistance to drugs is on the rise all over the world, but the rate of microbial resistance in Pakistan has accelerated due to poor sanitation and unchecked, unnecessary prescription of antibiotics, among other factors. Pakistan is on the list of 10 nations most affected by climate change in spite of negligible contribution to greenhouse gas emissions. Over 50 million families survived during the pandemic under ESAS program. According to the United Nations Children Fund, UNICEF, there are approximately 22.8 million out-of-school children in Pakistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan has said that 10% of countries responsible for 80% of the world carbon emission, and Pakistan is one of the most affected countries by greenhouse gases. The temperature apparently is set to increase in the Hindu Kush Himalayan region by 1.7 degrees centigrade to 6 degrees centigrade by the end of the century. Over 60% of the population in Pakistan is under 30, and 4.4 million children are born every year, swelling the ranks of its demography. The World Bank has said that climate change and natural disasters pose a major challenge to Pakistan's development, and estimate 4.49 million people reside in the areas that face the risk of 4 to 5% decline in quality of life by 2030. Out of Pakistan's nearly 106 million registered voters, only 45% are women as on November 4, 2021. According to UNICEF, around 22.8 million children between 5 and 16 in Pakistan remain out of school. This is the world's second largest out of school child population. The number of out of school children in Pakistan reached 18.7 million. Pakistan ranks 8th among the countries with a high rate of kidney disease, with 17 million people suffering from kidney problems. Pakistan is the 8th high ranking country. According to the government's own figures, 1 in every 4 children in Pakistan has never stepped inside a school, and learning poverty. The percentage of children unable to read an age appropriate paragraph by the age of 10 is 75% in the country. Currently, 40% of the food in Pakistan goes to waste, while 43% of our population is considered food insecure. A report released by an international organization based in Brazil has found that Pakistan's innovative emergency cash program ESAS helped avert an economic catastrophe during the pandemic. According to the ranking controlled by IQ Air, Pakistan was the second most polluted country in the world for both 2018 as well as 2019, behind Bangladesh, with air quality characterized as unhealthy as measured by the level of per million 2.5. The estimates for the number of premature deaths caused annually by pollution in Pakistan vary from 22,600 in the mid 2000s to well over 300,000 as of 2015. In Pakistan's case, with the rapid increase in the number of major vehicles on road, approximately 4.5 million in 2001, to a provisional estimate of 29.5 million by 2020, the vehicle emissions are estimated to account for over 40% of ambient air pollution. According to the State of Global Air Report 2019, 47% of deaths from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease are attributed to air pollution in Pakistan, in addition to 32% of deaths from lung cancer. In Pakistan, the number of females in the workforce is below 30%. Pakistan has ranked 80th on the Global Food Security Index of 2020 out of 113 countries, as it lagged behind almost all South Asian nations, bearing Bangladesh and several African countries. According to the World Food Programme, 43% of Pakistanis are food insecure. Of this number, 18% of people severely lack access to food. Pakistan has lowest life expectancy in the region, 67.3 years. It has the highest infant mortality rate, 55.7 out of 1,000 live births in the region. Pakistan spends around $8.3 billion on food imports in fiscal year 2020 and 21. The World Press Freedom Index, listed by Reporters Sans Frontiers (RSF), ranks Pakistan at an embarrassing 145 out of 180 countries, and India at 142. According to media reports, around 14,600 healthcare workers have been affected by the coronavirus, and 143 have lost their life in the line of duty. Only 10% of Pakistanis walk or engage in healthy exercises. 39% of total KP children are out of school, DISP survey. With a population of 220 million and rising, Pakistan is currently the world's fifth most populous country. According to a study conducted by Supreme Court, a property suit from the time of its filing until the appellate forums rule it takes nearly 30 years to conclude. 64% of Pakistan's population is under the age of 30. According to Verification Immunization Coverage Survey, around 76% of children in Pakistan younger than 2 years have been administered the full dose of initial vaccination under the country's expanded program of immunization. About 63% of the people surveyed by Gallup Pakistan opine that it is too late to curtail climate change. 1.2 million patients survived COVID since outbreak in Pakistan, NCOC. Antibodies from Sinovac COVID-19 shot fade after about 6 months. Booster helps steady. In Pakistan, there are between 12 million to 15 million people infected with either hepatitis B or C, while at least 150,000 new cases are reported every day. Cement industry in Pakistan is the single largest source of carbon dioxide emission in Pakistan, according to the research study. Pakistan has been ranked 30th among the countries having detected most number of cases since the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic in the global ranking. Women make up of almost half Pakistan population. Women participation in labor force is actually declining as it dropped from 23.8% in 2016 to 22% in 2020. In Pakistan, according to UNESCO, 22.8 million children aged 5 to 16 years do not attend school. The staggering figure equals 41% of this age group in Pakistan. Around 40% of children under the 5 years in Pakistan are stunted. 45% of children under age of 5 years. According to Pakistan Council research in water resources on underground water, in 29 cities, there are 20 cities where water collected from various sources were found to be more than 50% unsafe for drinking. An IMF report in 2018 ranked Pakistan as third on the list of countries facing acute water scarcity. According to it, our per capita water availability is 1,017 cubic meters. Data suggests that more than 150,000 people die every year due to end-stage organ failure in Pakistan. Among these patients, 40,000 pass away from kidney failure, 70,000 from liver failure, and 15,000 from heart failure. About 58% of Pakistanis do not feel safe from crime in their own homes. 21% rise since 2010 report survey by Gallup Pakistan. Young age between 10 to 24 constitute 30% of Pakistan's youth population.